Hello, we're going to look at basic calculations on Thonny. So we're going to start working with Python for the first time. And we're going to just start with basic arithmetic. So at first, we're going to do adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Now first, when we open up Thonny, there's two sections. There's the top section, and here's the bottom section. The top section is made for writing programs. The bottom section is for executing small sections of code. Um, so if we want to just test one line out or check something that's happening, we'll use the bottom. The bottom we call the shell, and it says that right here. So whenever I say type something in the shell, this is what the bottom is what I'm referring to. When we write a program, we write that up here, and this we can save, but the bottom we don't save. So now if I want to just do addition, I could do 3 plus 4, enter. It gives us our answer. 5 minus 1, enter. Gives us our answer. 5 times 9. Now the times button I got by hitting Shift 8. And then if I do 20 divided by 3, I'll hit enter. And the divided button is the button to the left of Shift, and it also contains a question mark if I hit Shift. Now, notice that these were all uh, whole numbers, but this one was not. And even if I do 40 divided by 5, it peculiarly has a 8.0. And that's because they're different types, and we'll talk about that in a bit. Now there are, we have some basic calculations. Now let's look at a couple additional ones that are a little bit further. So floor division. So if I did 20 divided by 3, I could do 20 divided 3, and instead of giving me a decimal, it gives me just the whole part of whatever this is. So if I did 15 divided 2, I'd get 7 instead of 7.5. That comes in handy quite a bit when we're programming, and you'll see it popped up in a few programs we do this semester. The remainder we get by doing the percent. So if I do 20% 3, it'll tell me that the remainder is 2, or 15% 2 will give us that there's a remainder 1, because that's 7 and 1/2. And finally, our last one that we're going to look at is our exponents. So if we're going to look at 2 to the third, we do multiply, multiply. And what that means is 2 times 2 times 2, which give us 8. Or 5 to the fourth, 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. That gets us up to 625. So those are their basics. And now if we do something a little bit more complex, if I do 4 times 3 plus 1, it will follow the order of operations just like you've learned in your math class. So, so as long as you understand your order of operations, if you wanted the 3 plus 1 to do first, you'd have to do 4 times 3 plus 1 using parentheses, and then you get the answer if that's the one you want.